Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 2021 graduation ceremony for Cache Creek High School. I'd like to ask that Francisco Villa come up to do the flag salute. Francisco?
Please stand. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to acknowledge, you may be seated. I'd like to acknowledge our guests this morning. We've got several trustees with us. Got Mr. Villagrana, Morgan Childress. We also have some staff members with us. We've got Superintendent Tom Pritchard. We also have Louis Wiley. We have Elodia Lamkin, Christina Lambie, Maria Orozco, and Jacob Holt. Thank you so much for coming today. Appreciate it. This is the graduating class of 2021. And we're going to hold on to this class just for a little bit longer so we can get back to the tradition, back to the pomp and circumstance that's fitting for a ceremony like this. It's hard to believe all the things that have happened since March of 2020, my goodness, when we first got those stay-at-home orders. But we all went through it. It's all part of our collective history that we all share together. And the students in front of us had to endure such a difficult path to graduate, more so than others who've graduated before them. I'm so proud to see so many of our students overcoming the difficulties of the pandemic and distance learning to find their seats at this ceremony. And I know you feel that pride as well. None of this happened by accident. We can talk about a lot of things, our advisory or intervention programs, or I can certainly point to our wonderful staff, who, by the way, I'm so very proud of, lucky to work with. Or more deservedly, we could look towards these fine seats here, filled with graduates who persevered, who overcame so many obstacles. They really are wonderful graduates. Yet still there's one last group that we have to acknowledge. It's the families and friends. It's all of you out there that supported these guys in getting what they all came to Cache Creek for, a high school's diploma. And for that, we salute you. Let me introduce Lisa Sanchez to come up and do our ceremony of the roses.
Good afternoon, everyone. 15 years ago, we began this special tradition of having each graduate enter the ceremony with a rose in honor of Rosa Corona, a former member of the Cache Creek High family. These roses are then gathered and offered as a gift of appreciation to recognize individuals who have supported Cache Creek students. These two individuals that we are going to be giving the roses to today will be graduating Cache Creek High School with a combined total of 52 years of service. We will miss you both and enjoy your retirement. Vicki Toma, please come up and accept the gift from the graduating class of 2021. Hang on, I gotta do something. Okay. The next one is gonna be going to Cindy Carlson, who could not be here with us physically today, but we know she is here in spirit. We will see you later.
Okay, we have a few awards to get through, but actually, before we get through awards, speaking of people who've been around for a long time, we got a couple people who've been with us for a very long time. Maria Morales and Chris Grody, 25-year awards for both of them. Come on up. Come on up. Maria, where are you? Come on. 25 years in Woodland. That's really fantastic. Thank you. You remember when you first started doing email, Chris? Wow, well, that's good. Well, we're going to do a few awards here, and our first award is actually being presented by Chris Grody, who figured out email pretty readily. Chris, come on up.
Good afternoon, everybody. My award today is going to go to a young lady that made a fantastic turnaround this year. She was behind in credits, and she had a challenge of, making it to school for a number of years as she was, coming up through high school. But she decided that now's the time to graduate, and she worked really hard. And then when we came back the fourth quarter, she decided to come back the fourth quarter, and she worked every single day, and she came back and she graduated. So the student that I want to honor is Giselle Rodriguez. And Miss Carlson unfortunately couldn't be here, so I'll be presenting Miss Carlson's Art Award. And the person she chose it for, she said, had a lot of skill and an interest in art and loved art and would experiment and try different things. And she was really impressed with him the whole time she knew him. And she chose Max Keeble. Our next presenter will be Mr. Cito. Excuse me, Monica Hoffland.
The English Department Award recipient this year is a student who came to us at the beginning of the year, and despite the challenges of distance learning, she excelled. She's graduating early, and she accomplished this while balancing the responsibilities of work and parenting. Araceli Contreras. Our next presenter is Tony Cito.
So I teach American government and economics at Cache Creek High School. And this year, obviously, we had quite a few difficulties. We were learning new platforms. Students were having issues with motivation, as were teachers and everybody else. But this student showed up every single day, did everything that was available, synchronous, asynchronous, Canvas work, everything that was possible, Odyssey-ware. And I just want to say thank you so much for making my day go by a lot faster and fielding some pretty neat questions. Yesenia Perez, Social Science.
Okay, now it's time for the Robert Watt Award. It's our most prestigious honor, and the Robert Watt Award is given to honor a former superintendent of Woodland Joint Unified School District. This award recognizes a student that exhibits the qualities of leadership, vision, perseverance, and achievement. This is a standout student at Cache Creek. Truly exemplifies what we value as a staff. And to present this award, I'd like to invite a man who is never short on loquacious soliloquies, the Venerable Scott Borelli.
Present, positive, productive, and reflective. Those are our tenets. Those are the things that we hold in highest esteem here at Cache Creek High School. It was a tough year to meet all of those standards, especially tough with distance learning, but with so many things that had come up, and it's always a tough job. The kids who come here, they work hard, and the ones who sit before you have done a lot, but never, ever in my 11 years of being at Cache Creek have I had a student meet all of those tenets in such a strong way. He was present. He showed up all year long. He was positive. He had a fantastic attitude. He was productive beyond our wildest measure. But the best story about this student, and one that makes it stand out more than anything for me, because this has never happened for me before, he calls me at about 10 p.m. on a Tuesday and said, Mr. Borelli, I turned in that assignment. You can check it online. But do me a favor. I feel like I might have kind of messed up a few of the questions, and I'd like you to kind of look over it and get back to me and give me notes on it, and I'll do the corrections. And I said, okay. And I hung up the phone, and I immediately called Chris Grody, who also worked really close with the student, and told him about it, and we had a discussion. Chris has been with us, like we said, 25 years, Chris? I've had 11. We never had that happen. Never once did a student turn in work, call us, and ask us to look over it and give it notes. I'm speaking about Angel Guyton Esquivel, and I am so proud to say that he is the hardest working student I have ever seen come through Cache Creek High School, and I'm so proud of you. Come on up, buddy.
Angel, you're getting ready to go off to boot camp too, aren't you? All right. Good luck with that, man. Come see us when you get back. All right. Now it's my turn to introduce our faculty speaker, who happens to be the chairman of the board, Chris Grody. School Site Council.
Thank you, and it's a pleasure to be here today. When about a month ago or so, when we knew graduation was going to be on the first week of June, we kind of were wondering, oh man, it's going to be 100 degrees. But we had a perfect day today, so it's a great start. So I'd like to say good afternoon, everyone. This is a very special day for sure. Birthdays are special, but you get them every year. Anniversaries are special, but you get them every year. Christmas is special, but that comes every year. But your high school graduation happens only once. This will be a memorable day, and I hope all of you are able to enjoy it to the fullest. Now, graduates, I'll get to you in a moment. But first, I want to say congratulations, parents, families, and everyone who supported these graduates over the years. Elementary school, junior high, high school, I know a lot of ups and downs. I also know that there were worries if this day would ever happen, especially with all that went on this year. Well, we can smile about it now, and we can do a collective, a big relief, and a feeling of pride. You and they did it. After 18 years, congratulations to you, parents, family, and supporters of the graduates. Enjoy the moment. Now to you. Well done. The first graduating class to go to school without getting out of bed. Class starts at 8:50. Your alarm goes off at 8:49. You reach over, turn on the computer. Now you're in class with actually not even being in class. It's like, wow. You can cut class and be in class at the same time. Now, that's something that we would only dream about when we were in high school. Although I think Borelli might have actually pulled it off. Okay, we can joke about it now, but just to let you know, it drove your parents and teachers crazy. Class of 2021, impressive. Okay, but in all seriousness now, you right now are exactly where you're supposed to be. Do you know where 18-year-olds are supposed to be one day at the beginning of June? Yeah, sitting in a chair on a football field wearing a cap and gown. You are right on schedule for your life. Different routes for sure. Some more or less straight. Some pretty up and down. Some backwards, then got to go forward. But that's what the teachers and parents and family members are for, to get you back on track. So whatever your route was, you're exactly at the right place in your life right now. All that's happened over your 18 years, you're here on time. Congratulations. Now, this year was different for sure. It was quite a mess at first. We were all trying to figure out how the heck to have school without having school. I know the district office was trying their best. The board was trying to make it work. Mr. Gerald and teachers and staff at Cache Creek were working through it the best we could. Parents, I've talked to many of you. You were struggling. Students, I know you were having a hard time too. I joked about you being in bed during school, but I know the year was very stressful. But in the end, the most important part of it all, you kept showing up. It was possible to just sort of fade away, but that showing up is one of the most important qualities that you can take with you as you move on from here. And I mean showing up even when you didn't feel like it. Think about it. Synchronous, asynchronous, distance learning, Google Classroom, Canvas, OW, Nearpod, Jamboard, being away with friends, having to stay home, all the new things you had to learn and the changes that you had to make. A lot. But if I asked you today, are you glad that you hung in here? Are you glad that you hung in there? I guarantee every single one of you would say yes. You would say, I'm glad that I kept showing up and I'm happy to be here today. All 77 of you would say that. Now you know you have to do things that maybe you don't feel like doing in order to get what you want to be, like you did to get here today. Before I finish, I'd like to share something that I learned a long time ago and I've always remembered from someone that I really respected. He was talking about when he was just starting out, just like you. Now, he ended up being one of the best in his field, as it turned out. But as he looked back, he said when he was young, he wanted to make something out of his life, but he wasn't sure what exactly he had to do. He knew what he wanted, sort of, but wasn't sure at the time how to do it. And he said, and this is what I always remembered, he said, at that time, I wasn't sure what I needed to do. I just knew that effort would be required. Show up and effort. If you could take those two qualities with you, which you've shown that you have, show up even when you might not feel like it at the time, because you will be glad you did, and know that effort will be required. You'll be off to a great start. To wrap up, each of you is capable of your good life. And I say your good life. There's 77 of you here. There's going to be 77 different definitions of what the good life is. So I say each of you is capable of your good life. It's not going to knock on your door or be dropped off at your doorstep. You're going to have to go get it. The big switch is getting away from letting life happen to you making life happen. The past does not define your future. Your good life is out there. The world is wide open for you. Congratulations and enjoy the day.
Wow. That's pretty good. Faculty, can I get a show of hands for a permanent speaker for graduation? Thank you. All right. Very good. Just back to our place here. Yeah, Chris, you really outdid yourself there. So now we got another speaker coming up, and this is a very deserved speaker as well. I'd like to invite Alyssa Riddle up to the stage. Alyssa.
It's my honor to be speaking to you all today. I stand here before you looking back on the year I had at Cache Creek. When I came to Cache Creek, I was behind and I had no confidence that I would be able to graduate on time. But with the support of the staff, I was able to graduate a year early. At Woodland High School, I felt a sense of being disconnected. I found it hard to maintain the focus necessary to stay caught up and engaged. At the end of my sophomore year, I realized how far behind I was and how much work I had to complete to graduate with my class. I decided that it was in my best interest to transfer to Cache Creek. After I transferred to Cache Creek and the new school year came around, it was announced that we would once again be doing online school. At first, I was motivated and I kept up with my work. But as the weeks went by, my enthusiasm for the new school year started to drop. While trying to stay caught up in school and dealing with things at home, I not only became physically but also mentally exhausted. But before I knew it, the school year was almost over and I felt like I hadn't made much progress. And then something great happened. It was announced that we would be able to go back to in-person school after spring break. I was not only ecstatic to meet my teachers, but some of the students I was sharing classes with. After being at school for a little while, I began to complete assignments and see my credits drop. But even though I made progress, I didn't think I would be able to graduate this year. But with the help of Mr. Borelli and Ms. Johnson, I was able to graduate a couple weeks before the deadline. They provided me with the one-on-one attention I wish every student would have throughout their high school career. The time at the Creek taught me how to manage my time efficiently, and it gave me room to figure out how to balance my work and personal life. To quote Anatole France, "To accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream. Not only plan, but also believe." In summary, this year started out rough for many of us, but we overcame the struggles of online education. After most of the school year, we came back, and to say it was the best month of my entire high school career. The staff and students were not only kind, but they made me feel welcome. They kept me motivated even though I wanted to quit. Because of these people today, I am standing here before you graduating as a junior, but more importantly, I feel ready for the struggles I face in the future. Congratulations, class of 2021, and thank you for your time.
Wow. You can come back next year and speak again if you like. That was great. Okay, so now I have a wonderful task that I do, and with permission from trustees, Trustee Villagrana, I'm going to ask that graduates, by the power vested in me and the Board of Trustees, State of California, I certify that you've met all the graduation requirements and you're entitled to receive a diploma. How great is that? Board members, I'd ask you to stand where you are, and you can turn and give a salute to our graduates. Graduates, if you'd please stand, and we will do the presentations of the diplomas. Lourdes? Just the first row, actually. The rest of you can sit down for a second, and then we'll get you up here. All right, and trustees, if you want to stand back by the stairs over here, I think they're going to go right in front of you here. Thank you. Okay, Lourdes, it's all you. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, go. I didn't see you over there. Come on. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Let me just acknowledge Trustee Candace Fowler and Bibiana Garcia and Deborah Bautista Zavala. Sorry I didn't see you before. Thank you for being here. Okay, Lourdes, I think you got it.
Right. Aaron Acosta Rico. Angelo Acosta de Galdillo. Fernando Andrade Hernández. Salvador Ariola Jr. Daniela Arroyo. Laura Arroyo. Gustavo Ayala. Osvaldo Berber Ramírez. Haley Bach. Yeah. They're Haley Bach. Luis Carvajal. Sorry. André Carrillo Palos. Araceli Contreras. Joseph Cruz. Sofia Davis. Diego Giovanni Diaz. Isaiah Felix. Cameron Finley. Molly Furr. Christopher Furry Jr. Andrew Gaines. Giovanni Garcia. Maria Garcia. Mariah Garcia. Ángel Gaitán Esquivel. Emilio Gomez. Isaiah Guerra. Gemma Guillen. Isaac Guillen Leon. Hey, guys, hang on. Joseph Hernandez. Brianna Herrera. Nevaeh Hickson. Walter Inman. Maxwell Keeble. Gannon Lara. Angelique Luna. Julio Martinez. William Martinez. Angelica Melgoza. Joseph Michelle. Alejandro Miramontes. Alexis Munoz. Christopher Peña Caldera. Yesenia Perez. Celeste Pimentel. Austin Polite. Esmeralda Quesada. Miguel Quintana. Alyssa Riddle. Giselle Rodriguez. Alves Rosas Aguilar. Noah Shook. Norma Silva Zamora. Saúl Solorio Jr. Athena Soto. Taylor Stanley. Victoria Sweeney. Are you Ryan? Ryan Teef. Joseph Tijero. Valeria Vega Zamora. Cassandra Vidales Rodríguez. Francisco Villa. Maddox Villar Hueso. Ryder Wilson.
Okay, just a reminder to you guys, There's not actually a diploma in there. You'll get that on the way out, okay? We'll make sure you get that. Wow, how does it feel? Pretty good, huh? You made it. You deserve all the recognition of being a high school graduate, something that no one can take away from you. And did you know that you've been accepted for enrollment to Woodland Community College right over there? You're ready to go. All right? You show up at that door, you're in. If you need any help with that, contact Miss Rosales. We'll get you hooked up, I promise, okay? That's the way to go, you guys. Oh, and you probably get your fees paid for too, so that's another good thing, tuition and fees. So that's a pretty good deal. I want you to take advantage of it. There's one last thing we got to do, and I'm going to have Ms. Rosales come up here and ask you to do it. So if you guys would stand.
You may now switch your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Awesome job, you guys. That concludes our ceremony. Graduates, you can pick up your diplomas at the south exit. Congratulations, be safe, and have a great summer.